Hey y'all, so I'm out here in Puerto Rico. Came out here for my birthday and I wanted to create some content. Wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I'm sorry, I can't, the sun is in my eyes. And I apologize because I know you guys are going through a snowstorm over there right now. Sorry, but not sorry. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. Coming back home, it brings back just so many memories. I love being out in Puerto Rico. I love being in the sun and the water and just enjoy myself with mi gente out here. So I'm hoping to create an episode and, dropping that hopefully for Wednesday. Keeping my fingers crossed that I'm able to make that happen. But if not, it'll be a late drop. But I'm definitely going to aim for that for Wednesday. But I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys are staying home, staying safe, staying out of the snow, being careful. If you're working from home, lucky you. If you're not, if you have to be out there actually traveling for work, yes, please be careful. And I will see you guys soon. What is good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Ladies Pitch Podcast. I'm your girl, Haydee Baby, your favorite mommy, your host for the next 25 minutes or so. If you are new here, thank you. Welcome. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite vice, drink, joint, blunt, whatever it is. Enjoy yourself. I hope that everyone is doing great. To my avid listeners, I hope that you guys find yourself in a great mental space. And if not, you know what I tell you, hopefully you will be by the end of this episode. I'm back on video. Whether you're listening to me, whether you're watching this, yeah, I'm back on video. It's been a little minute. I promise you guys, sometimes I be slacking a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I be slacking, because I just be living life. I get caught up and I figure, if I make them miss me just a little bit and actually live life, then I'd actually have something to come back and talk about, right? That's the purpose of it all. So Shadow says, what's up, guys? That's the Ladies Pitch Dog. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to this podcast if you are listening on Apple, on Spotify, on whatever platform you're listening to. If you are watching me on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, drop a comment, keep me in the algorithm, engage with me. You know what I mean? It's very important to keep me in the algorithm. So there's a lot to cover, guys. There's a lot to cover. You see my pop and tan, I know it's not like all that, but compared to I'm really so white compared to what I naturally am, this I'm actually happy with. I'm loving this tan, and we'll get into that. So some of you guys might know, and if you don't know, I just celebrated a birthday. 222, that's my angel number. Yeah, so I turned 41 years old. 41 years young, should I say, on the 22nd. And I had an amazing birthday. I'm so high favored, so blessed. I'm so grateful. I'm so appreciative of all the love that, people showed me, whether you know me, whether you don't know me, whether I'm your internet friend, whether I'm your favorite podcast mommy that you listen to, whatever. I received so much love and I was just so content. My heart was just so full. And I spent my birthday this year in Puerto Rico. So initially I had no plans. I was trying to set up possibly some sort of dinner or something. I was I'll put together a dinner with some close friends and, I'll celebrate my birthday that way. That was, what I intended to do. But I said, you know what? It's been a couple of years since I've been away from my birthday. It's been a while. So it was very spur of the moment, very impulsive. I was you know what I need? I need to go back to the motherland. I need some sun. I need the beach. I need a drink in my hand. That's what I need. After that. And I just booked a trip to Puerto Rico. Very, one day to the next. And I'm so glad that I did so. Come to find out that I had a rough ending of 2025. Like I said, 2026 was also a rough start a little bit. Come to find out, I wasn't really depressed. I just needed some sun. I needed to be in Puerto Rico. I needed to be, at the beach. I needed some, that Puerto Rico sun. You know what I mean? That really boosted me. And yeah, as soon as I got there, I was super excited. You know, after I booked it, I was super excited. I was like, oh my God, I was going to Puerto Rico. It's been a while. My body has been telling me that I wanted to go back to Puerto Rico. Last time I was there, I was on a vacation, and it was 2023, I think, 2024. And I went with my ex, and we went for his birthday. I took him to Puerto Rico for his birthday. So, you know, it's different. And I was like, I'm going to make the most of this trip. Like, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to really research, make an itinerary of the nightlife and what I wanted to do. All of these things. I still have some cousins that live out there. I have an aunt that lives out there, which is my grandmother's sister. I was like, I'm going to see her. I haven't seen her in a couple of years. So I'm going to fit all of this. So I left last Friday. And I was only supposed to spend 4 days, right? Only supposed to spend 4 days in Puerto Rico. It was Friday to Tuesday. And what happened? You guys got hit, you know, up north. We got hit with a snowstorm yet again. So what happened? They ended up canceling my flight when I got to Puerto Rico. They canceled my flight the day of my birthday. So the Sunday. And I was like, oh my God. And they rebooked me for Thursday. And I'm like, I gotta get 2 extra days in Puerto Rico. Like, I was so hyped. I was like, yes, the universe is like, girl, happy birthday. Here you go. Like, you need this. And the universe knew exactly what I needed. And it worked out so great. So, yeah. So I ended up in Puerto Rico with Dory's daughter. You know, she's young. So it was perfect. I was supposed to go by myself anyway. But she ended up coming along, and she was a great travel buddy, not gonna lie. You know, she's young, she's full of energy. So, you know, she's a great person to like go out there and do things with. And she's not complaining about, it's too hot, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Nah, she a trooper. She was down for everything that I wanted to do. We definitely enjoyed during the day. We got to enjoy the beach. We've got to enjoy the food. Oh my God, I drank every single day I was out there, guys. My liver is like I really need to detox because I know my skin is not really showing it, but you know, because I still, you know, keep up with my skincare routine even while I'm on vacation, okay? Can't slack on that. But yeah, I made sure that I stayed hydrated, and even though I was like day drinking, night drinking, it was just like it was awesome. It was an amazing trip. I feel so fulfilled. Like that's exactly what my soul needed, what my heart needed, what my mind needed. That relaxation, you know, that boost of dopamine, natural dopamine. Like it's definitely what was needed and what was missing. So it's so funny because I was like, I wasn't depressed. I wasn't sad. I just needed to book a trip to Puerto Rico. That was all I needed. Shout out to T. She's a Twitter friend that I had made some time ago, and she lives out in Puerto Rico, and we were able to link up and hang out, and we hung out 2 of the days that I was there. And she's a doll. She's super cool. Like, it was like if we've known each other forever. So I had a great time, and we were able to go out drinking on my last night. Oh my God, my last night. Shout out to the friends that we made in El Cafetín. If you know, you know. If you guys ever visit Puerto Rico, make sure you experience Old San Juan nightlife. It is absolutely like, it is a time was had. We also visited Gallecera, which Gallecera is kind of like La Placita. So if you've been to PR, you know La Placita is just like an area where a lot of tourists visits, and it's a hangout. It's kind of like, I've never been to Mardi Gras, but I, you know, envision that is somewhat the same, where it's just like bar after bar, and it's like a whole strip. Everybody's outside. So that's La Placita. So Gallecera is somewhat like the Placita, but Gallecera is for the locals, and it's located in Sal Dulce, Puerto Rico. So we actually got to do the Placita, had a ball in La Placita. We actually went to the Placita Saturday night. We went to Gallecera Sunday night, and, you know, we got to hang out with the locals in Puerto Rico, which was dope as fuck. And yeah, so I'm talking about locals, like they won't even speak English, honey. So you gotta come with your Spanish. You gotta come with your Spanish game like on point, because they ain't gonna know what you talking about. And it's just straight up reggaeton, that dembow, that you know, you gotta come with your perreo. You gotta know how to perrear if you're gonna go over there, you know. Because if not, then, you know, shout out to the Caucasians that vacation. Let me tell y'all one thing for sure. Caucasians are gonna have a time on vacation. They are going to have a time. They going to dance. They know they can't move. They know they don't got that sazon, that adobo. They know they can't move. But you know what? They there for a good time. They don't care what you gotta say. They don't care about your opinion about them, or they can't dance, they can't move, they're stiff. They are going to have a time, baby. And I respect it, you know? Live your life. Like, who's gonna tell you something? You're on vacation. You're never gonna see these people again. You're never gonna see these people again. So have the best time, you know? And I definitely did. The weather was absolutely beautiful the entire time that I was there. It did not rain one day. We had a very brief, just like 10-minute sprinkles. You know, it seemed like it was going to come down, like it was really going to rain. But that was it. That was the only time that, you know, that I thought it was actually going to rain. Other than that, it was 85 or better, sunny. It was hot as hell. Like, it was an amazing time. So one of the other days I got to see my aunt, my grandmother's sister, my grandmother's youngest sister that lives out there, and her daughters. So it was dope. It was very emotional because she just resembles my grandmother so much. So when I saw her, I felt super emotional. Like, everything about her, you know, her face, her haircut, you know, the way my grandmother used to have her haircut, her hands. I always had a thing with my grandmother's hands. And I saw my aunt's hands and they just looked just like my grandmother's hands. It was super emotional. And I used to visit Puerto Rico every summer as a child, and they used to literally, like, my grandmother's sisters used to literally fight for who was going to stay with me. Like, they wanted me like for 2 or 3 days, and her other sister wanted me to stay with her for 2 or 3 days. So she was one of those aunts that used to love when I was in Puerto Rico, because she would want to scoop me up and, you know, and spoil me. And, you know, her late husband, God rest his soul, he used to, every morning he would go and buy me like this really soft bread from the bakery out there. He knew I loved it, and every day, every morning before he went out to work, he made sure he go out to the bakery and pick me up this bread so I could have for breakfast. So, you know, I was definitely spoiled, very much so, as a child in Puerto Rico. So being back there and seeing my aunt and seeing my cousins, even though, you know, I've seen them not so long ago, but, you know, it just, being in Puerto Rico and visiting them, it just gave me a different feeling, like a different happiness, you know. So it was dope. They actually bought me a birthday cake. They sang me happy birthday. My aunt cooked this banging ass rice with pasteles that she made herself from scratch that morning. Oh, it was just so good. One thing, listen, I enjoyed the food so much. Like, you cannot go to Puerto Rico and not have Spanish food, not have that, you know, criolla, like ese arroz amarillo, chuleta frita, capurria, pasteles, una empanada, like, like, I just wish I could have packed so much food and brought it back with me, you know? Yeah, so I definitely need to detox. I definitely need to probably fast for maybe a 3-day fast. Maybe I'll do like a 3-day fast or something, 2-day or 3-day fast, but because I'm just so full. I just ate so much. I drank so much, but I had such an amazing time. I cannot wait to go back. I can't wait to visit again. Excuse me. You know, I'm grateful that I was able to get those extra 2 days that were so unplanned. Thank you to the weather. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I know it was cold. It was snowy. I hate the snow too, but your girl needed this. So also, shout out to Bree, because she really helped me, you know, put this trip together. So I truly appreciate her. Shout outs to T, my girl over there in Puerto Rico. Thank you so much for your hospitality. My aunts and my cousins, lo quiero todo mucho. And my travel buddy, Jazz, shout out to you, baby. Thank you for coming along with me and experiencing Puerto Rico 2026. It was actually her first time in Puerto Rico, so that was pretty dope. We had a great time. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up my, you know, my Puerto Rico trip. I got to meet some cool people at the bars, and, you know, it's dope to see how many people are actually moving to Puerto Rico. Like I've met this girl that me and T actually met in El Cafetín. She's Mexican, but she was from Texas, and she relocated that week. Actually, she relocated to Puerto Rico. There was some other people too that, you know, they're thinking about relocating to Puerto Rico, or they recently did. But you know, there's nothing like Puerto Rico, man. The feeling, the people, the vibe, the culture, the food, just overall, if you're planning to visit, if you're planning to move out there, you know, just respect the culture, respect the people. We are super friendly, you know, we just ask for respect us as the people, respect the culture, you know, embrace it and have a good time, man. Ain't nothing like it at all. It had me thinking for a minute, like, damn, I want to move to Puerto Rico. I don't know. Who knows? Ladies bitch in Puerto Rico, which I think y'all like the sound of that or not. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone that sent me a message, a DM. If you posted on my timeline, if you sent me a text message, whatever it may be. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'm one of those that I'm so weird for receiving so much love, but I definitely do appreciate it. Love you guys so much. This is 41, guys. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this Puerto Rico 2026 trip recap. Remember, like, subscribe, share, review the podcast on all streaming platforms. I'm on Instagram at Ladies Pitch. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, also with the same handle at Ladies Pitch. And I'll see you guys on the next one.